The new moon in Scorpio is upon us on the 13th, which is this Monday coming up. And this is a time where we're supported to define the truth that we want to live. So we can take advantage of this time, especially when there's such a great sensitivity around what is happening in the world. And the new moon is inviting us in Scorpio to find ways, rituals to protect ourselves, to take on more self care. To remember that the energy of Scorpio loves to serve. It's a seeker of truth. It's very mysterious, very intense and emotional. But in that also is private and requires privacy, like doesn't always want to let everybody know what's going on, especially about their feelings. So you could say that with the new moon in Scorpio, that if you're an empath, that you're already sensitive. So the need for a protection that isn't hard, but something that is warm and serves as a soft container, kind of like a cocoon, to be able to listen and trust your feelings, your intuitions, but to give time to them, to listen. And there's many ways that we can go about this. But there's a lot of different rituals, and you will find the one that is most appropriate for you. So sometimes at this time of the year, it's really good to have a ritual where you use water. Scorpio is a water sign, and water represents the emotions and wisdom and knowledge. And water sometimes can trickle within us and around us like a gentle stream or a calm river. And other times it can feel like huge waves are crashing upon us, and anything in between. So there is a pointer right there, or a need to foster protection, kind of like, what is it that I can surround myself with? What is it that works for me? Is it Palo Santo? Is it indigenous tobacco? Is it water? Is it candlelight? What kind of ritual can you do to cleanse your space and cleanse the energy field around you with so much that has been happening in the world? And as a person who has strong feelings, and this is a time when things are heightened that way, you're as much as everything is heightened on the outside, it's also heightened on the inside. So we can foster self-care and meditation that is grounding, and we can use this as a time to kind of uh, dip more into the inner wisdom that is within us. Like, what is guiding us? What is important to listen to right now? What is the intention that I want to set for the time to come? So let's do a little grounding exercise, and then you can continue on your own, where you might want to write some things down, like what is it that you feel that isn't yours to attend to, and you can set it aside, and you can have this this time of holding yourself with self-care. Maybe for you that means taking a warm bath or spending more time out in nature, really feeling your feet on the earth, whatever gives you a sense of feeling cared for. And this is a time where we might want to do it on our own. Other times it's really important to be with people, so you have to sort that out for yourself. But there's something really powerful about just having a ritual just for you. You light a candle, you do a grounding meditation. I'm going to take you through one in a moment, and spray your space, smoke your space, do whatever it is you want to do, turn off all distractions, and just take a little bit of time to sit with you and know that the new moon energy on Monday is going to support you to plant new seeds, within yourself or around in your garden, whatever it is for your intention as we're moving forward into the winter months. So let's just sit here for a moment and let yourself take a deep breath. It's been very intense for many of us. I know that. And for some of us, it's unimaginable. So we can really care, but our care can only go so far if we haven't cared for ourselves, if we haven't taken care of our own sensitivities. Yeah, so it's so important to take a few moments whenever you're feeling really pulled out of yourself. The waves are crashing really loud, the fires are burning, and there's so much going on out there. And of course, you feel it and you care about it. But when we take some time to come back here and take care of ourselves, then our ability to support what's happening on the outside, to give the energetic um, field an opportunity to transform, we have to do that within ourselves. So take a few breaths and just let yourself rest. Rest doesn't come easy to some of us. Let your breath land in a way that is restful, meaning you don't have to force it. Notice how the body breathes naturally by itself. Let your spine relax against whatever you might be leaning against, a bed, a chair. Feel your feet on the ground. And we evolve in our own transformation, without a comparison or without judging anything or critiquing where we might be on our own journey for truth, for embodying truth, for living the life that we feel is the most ideal life for us, that has meaning and contributes meaning. Our evolution really has to do with how involved we are in our own self care. If we don't occupy ourselves or if we're abandoning any part of who we are, which is easy to do, especially at a time like now. But can we listen to that part? Can we come into a place of resting? I think we can. We can let everything slow down and know that beneath the surface there is always much more going on. This is where we get to meet something much more mysterious in the body, down through the legs, that anchors us in our feet, connects us to the ground beneath us. And notice as you breathe in your body that if your energy was active up in the mind with trying to sort out what am I to do, we could spend a lot of time looping around there. But in a sense, it's almost like let yourself devolve for a minute out of mind, descend into the body, and imagine that you have this protective sheath around your body. Just a very light veil bringing yourself into the cocoon of mystery and of inner self discovery. You might place your hands anywhere on your body that feels right, maybe at your heart or at your belly or on your legs. And sometimes when we place our hands on our body, it can even invite us more in. And you don't need to hold yourself in any position. So if something wants to unfurl and unwind in the neck or in the jaw, some sound wants to be released, ah, let that happen. I can't see you, obviously, and you can see me, but if your eyes aren't closed, let them close so that you can have even less of a distraction of the visual field. There may be sound going on around you, and just let that move like the wind, gentle wind, perhaps breezing through in the same way that thoughts can just pass through. And let yourself feel down to the root chakra at the base of the body. And if you want to, you can even put a hand or both hands, whatever it is that you touch. Feel what is being called for touch, for care. Maybe there's a particular ritual that you have, that you practice already, that helps you to release energy that has been stagnant, that maybe has felt stuck in your system. Sometimes it's really helpful to just let yourself have a good cry, have a good dance, have a good shout, have a good shake. So, this is at the new moon, this is a very good time to shake, to dance your prayers, to shake out your energy, to spray water around your body. It's a way of cleansing, take a bath, whatever it is that allows stagnant energy to release. Maybe there's a particular sensual activity that you enjoy or release. And I'm encouraging at this time all of the different ways that you can have a space of privacy, just for you, your own private time. And then you can open your eyes now if you want. And then we get to choose and decide, what, now that I've attended to myself and I feel some nourishment, however long that might take. Even in these couple of moments, I had a super busy, intense morning, and it's just been really busy and intense all the time, but it's felt good to have my energy feel so alive. But at a certain point, we can only extend ourselves so far. We only have so much bandwidth. So we have to let ourselves come to that place of, okay, I've done enough. I'm exhausted. And maybe some of these things can be passed on to somebody else. Maybe they can just be set aside for now. You tell yourself that I'll get back to that later. What's the most important thing right now is that I care for myself. So, what does self care look like for you? What are the new moon rituals that will allow you to have this veil of protection, a cocoon, something soft and light around you so that you can be more inward? This is a time of going inside, of following your intuition, of listening to yourself, of following the inner guidance, the intelligence of your body, for clarifying the truth it is that you want to live. And it's not a selfish thing. We can feel like we're being selfish, especially the empaths that are so sensitive to everything going around, and there's so much going on. But it's the highest degree of love to take care of yourself, because if you're not loving yourself, you're really not loving anything. There, it's important to clarify your energy, your field, to receive nourishment for yourself. I'm saying this maybe for me. And I feel so much better just in these few minutes of slowing down with you. And then you can decide, when you've taken care of yourself, you've had an inner transformation. And it doesn't take long for our energy to shift. Yeah. And then you get to decide, what do I do? Is there something for me to do on the outside that I can do, that I can contribute, that I'm, in a place where I've taken care of the commitments that I absolutely have to be doing, because we have to feed ourselves. We have to take care of the children. We have to pay our bills, the mortgage, the rent, whatever it is. And we have to navigate so many things just in a typical household scenario, which I know many of you that listen to my channel have an ordinary, you know, not your perhaps typical life of privilege. Like we work hard, and that's necessary, and we can't, there's so many things that we just can't stop doing. And some of us have lost some of that. And we're efforting. We have one friend who is searching day and night for work. I mean, I know many people like this, and not just one. I know many, many people here where I live, where it's very expensive to live in this particular area, and I feel blessed. But I've worked very hard to have what I have for myself and for my children. And part of that has been able to happen because I have learned this quality of self care. It's the quality of what we give to ourselves, not the quantity, but the quality. And also it's like what our interest is, what our intention is. What is your interest for truth? What is the truth that you want to be living? What does that even mean to you? My truth isn't going to be your truth. Of course, there are underlying universal truths, but what is your truth? What is it that gives your life meaning and satisfaction? So we all discover that. So I've said enough, but this new moon in Scorpio, I am a Scorpio, that I have 2 signs in Scorpio, I do believe, but it is a time to like really be in the wonder of the mystery, the inner reflection, the slowing the down, the giving yourself time to rest, to listen, to reflect. And you will not regret it. You'll not regret it. And you'll be able to navigate much better whatever is happening all around you. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be back on next week. We'll see. I'm in the process of moving again my office, and our little sanctuary in the back is almost finished. But there's a lot of shifting that needs to happen for me to get set up in there. But I will be really happy when that is set because I'm going to probably have a regular live meeting where I invite people. And that would be something that you would register for to get the Zoom link because I love alone time. I really do. But I miss the opportunity to be in exchange with somebody like you, to hear what's happening for you, to witness you directly, to see you, to listen, to feel you, to know what's going on. And not that I have anything that I can offer to change that. I'm not a fixer. I'm not interested in changing something for anyone. But I do know that change happens, transformation happens, healing happens when we're given an opportunity to be witnessed. So enjoy this new moon. Remember, it's on Monday, and you can prepare yourself for that by writing out your intentions, deciding what your ritual is going to be, and give yourself to that and watch the magic that can unfold. Listen for the mystery, sharpen your intuition. So much is available right now. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful new moon.